Hey, do me a favor if you don't mind. Like this video, subscribe, share it with somebody you think might need it. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel, checking out these videos where I'm sharing the gospel that I grew up on. Don't be too hard on me. I'm just sharing the way that I understood it and understand it, and trying to shed some light on some of the things that I'm seeing now and understanding the good news is really, really good news, and God is more better. All right, so I want to share a little bit, thinking about what we've been thinking about. And I'm going to read from the Passion Translation, Romans chapter 5. And I'm going to try to communicate where I am these days with the gospel that I just shared with you, that I grew up on. And the gospel that I grew up on, I believe, is it has a forensic view of sin, the law. There's the law. You break the law, you got to pay. And then it's a forensic view of the judgment of God, and that idea that we've broken God's holy law, and there's hell to pay because we broke the law, because I willfully sin. I'm going to just read the definition of forensic when I say the forensic view of the gospel, the salvation that Jesus, quote, offers. It was an offer of salvation. The gospel that I grew up on, it was an offer of salvation. The forensic dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, says forensic is an adjective. It says relating to or denoting the application of scientific methods and techniques to the investigation of crime, looking for forensic evidence. The second definition, it says relating to courts of law, his forensic and intellectual acumen. Well, I don't know about that, but relating to the courts of law. So a noun, a scientific test or techniques used in connection with the detection of a crime. So there's this forensic idea of this application of a scientific method. This is Hebraic. I mean, it's Hebrew minds that wrote these things, and they don't think like we do. They didn't think like we do, and we bring a whole different approach to a book that, for the most part, as general concept, is not a literal interpretation or a literal understanding of it, an application of it. And that's I think our problem here in the West is we've taken a literal approach, a forensic, scientific approach, relating to the courts of law. God said, "Don't do this." You did it. You got to pay. That's some of the gospel I grew up on. That's it. Uh, that's our view of it. And you just ask somebody. Just ask somebody that you know that goes to church. One day we're going to realize we are the church. We are the body. We are Christ in this world. Didn't say we are Jesus. It didn't say we are God, although Jesus did say ye are gods. Does not your scripture say ye are gods? We are his offspring, and it's in him that we live and move and have our being. As he was, so are we in the world. That's some of what I'm learning. But the gospel I grew up on had to do this forensic idea of here's the law that God gave, and we've broken it. And thus, we've got to do something to get back to God because we're far away from Him. And He's got this standard, and He demands that you meet the standard. So then the only way to meet the standard, you got to do something. I grew up on it. Oh, it's grace. Oh, it's faith. But if you don't do something, and they might say, well, you got to receive it. Well, I'm doing something. This is the gospel I grew up on. I want to talk about, I want to read here in just a minute. I want to read Romans chapter 5, verse 12 from the Passion Translation. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. Share it with somebody. Help me get the word out.